For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
NewsSpin calling, 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 calling. NewsSpin calling, 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 calling. NewsSpin calling, 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 calling. Across the land, all across the world, echoes of voices, we join hand in hand. Harmony rise in the afternoon sun. Come along, NewsSpin has begun. NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. Truth from St. Lucia to sandy shores, from cities and hills to the Caribbean breeze. We sing together, hearts at ease, education to open every mind. Learn about your country, leave no one behind. NewsSpin is on your radio. Come along, hands in hands, voices in unity, singing loud. NewsSpin, news the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. St. Lucian's heart to the world's every land. Knowledge unites us hand in hand. Yeah, Tim on NewsSpin call, bridging gaps between us all. Voices lift on high, under one sky we unify. Tim on NewsSpin call, bridging gaps between us all. Voices lift on high, under one sky we unify. NewsSpin is on education for all, from city streets to mountains tall. Learn your history, share your dreams. Together we light the world with our flame. NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. Better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. Yeah, NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Friday edition of the world's most monitored talk show. NewsSpin is happening on a radio near you on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. That's why as always we ask you to please like the video, share, subscribe to the NewsSpin YouTube channel and click the notification bell to help the NewsSpin channel grow. My name is Timothy Poleon. We go up until 2 o'clock this afternoon. Jante is here going through your comments in the chat rooms. And I'm standing by to take your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. I have every reason at this time to say, as Invader performed and wrote a few decades ago, just as I am. Just as I am. I have reason to tell you that today.
Just as I am, I come. Just as I am, I come. Just as I am, I come. Just as I am, I come.
So, you've seen the photograph there. A Facebook page and their operators who are very much aligned with the St. Lucia Labour Party spreads their propaganda and seeks to assassinate the character of people they deemed to be their opponents, posted that photograph of yours truly next to the Agriculture Minister, Lisa Jawayer. And you wonder why. And several people sent it to me, and that's why I'll just make fleeting reference to it on the broadcast. Obviously, supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party have taken umbrage with yours truly, certain sections of the NewsSpin community asking questions of the Prime Minister regarding the selection of Lisa Jawayer to serve in the post of Agriculture Minister, replacing Alfred Prosper with someone who has no ministerial position for such a position that requires, as we heard from a former Agriculture Minister, technical competence in that particular area. So in St. Lucia, you're not supposed to question the selection or the appointment of somebody to serve in a particular ministry. You're not supposed to criticize a government minister. You're not supposed to share your views and your opinion on certain things, particularly if they are against the St. Lucia Labour Party administration. All guns will be aimed at you. All kind of allegations will be made about you. But I don't take those things to heart. I don't lose sleep over them as well. Because believe you me, I'm a lot tougher than people believe. But it's not about me, because you hardly hear me making reference to yours truly and Timothy Poleon, etc. And like other talk show hosts, everything is I, and me, etc. But this is the St. Lucia that we have right now, where people will focus on not what you say, but they'll focus on you as an individual. Since when it is a crime to look like me? Since when it's a crime? Since when it's a crime to be shot in St. Lucia? But on several occasions you've heard the divider-in-chief, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, belittling people because he is taller than them. We are no longer a sophisticated society. Believe you me, we are no longer a society that prides itself on being sophisticated, prides itself on being cerebral, prides itself on being logical in terms of discussing the issues, and prides itself on being decent. And it's only when somebody is from our camp and they have suffered something we might consider to be some physical limitation, etc., that you see people expressing pity and they say, I'm so proud of this guy. He lost a leg and he still went through the campaign and now he's a government minister. I'm so proud of you. Talk about being hypocrites. I did not create myself. And if I had a choice, I'd still want to be me. Don't change anything about me. Because as my mom would say, when you see those people with straight legs and tall being so worthless and useless, why do you want to be like them? You don't want to be like some of those people. And more seriously, St. Lucia, rife with so many people are suffering with one ailment or another. Let's take diabetes. And you lose a toe or two on one foot. You lose another 2 toes there. And before you know it, you are limping. And you have to seek medical treatment overseas, etc. And people express pity for you. There's a saying, and most of you are familiar with it. The way you are born does not mean that's how you will die. And my advice to those people, particularly from the SLP camp, the hierarchy of the camp and their followers in particular, you need to set a better example. Politics does not have to be so dirty that you concentrate on somebody's physical appearance. It's not necessary. In most civilized societies, that will lose you votes. But in St. Lucia, I suspect it would gain you votes, make you even more popular when you méprising people you believe are not supporting your administration. Let us stick to the issues. Let's not focus on me being short, etc., because it does not bother me at all. It does not bother me at all. And it's not something I'm manufacturing. Anyone who's close to me, my friends, etc., they know that. And if you don't know that, it's because you don't know me. I have every God-given right to criticize Lisa Jawayer on the basis of her performance as agriculture minister and her suitability to be appointed to that very important post. Her performance can determine whether you eat or whether you starve. That's the reality. And I don't claim to be right on everything, but it is my right to take issue with her performance, her appointment as well. It's not about getting personal with Lisa Jawayer. It is about sharing a point of view as a citizen of this country. No amount of ridicule, no amount of méprisé will prevent me from doing this. It will only embolden me. Let us say, from a former agriculture minister, Ezekiel Joseph, who was my guest on Wednesday evening's Newsmaker Live. And the question was posed to her. What is the thinking behind Philip G. Pierre appointing Lisa Jawayer to the post of agriculture minister ahead of Alfred Prosper?
Alfred Prosper, Honorable Alfred Prosper, I worked with him as Chief Agricultural Extension Officer. He as a forestry officer. I worked with him as the minister, and he was the chief forestry officer at the time. So when you look at the two, he has the experience, he has the knowledge, and he knows his way about as it pertains to agriculture. Putting someone in the ministry, and according to the Prime Minister, she wanted a hard ministry, and the Ministry of Agriculture is a hard ministry. It's a technical ministry, because you need to know the technical aspect of agriculture. It's not somebody that just come around and think that they can get away around. I felt, when I heard that, I was very disappointed as one who is interested in agriculture and still practicing as a farmer. I felt that moving Prosper and putting Lisa, who have no experience as it pertains to agriculture, demonstrates to us as farmers and to St. Lucians that the government, the St. Lucia Labour Party government, had no interest in agriculture. Because for us as farmers, and from my own experience, you would want someone who can interact with the staff and give advice and direction as to policies. And I do believe that she has that experience. When it comes to communication, yes, she has the experience when it comes to communication. When it comes to agriculture, it's a science, and you need to appreciate, you know, the technologies that you would be given advice to. So I think it was a wrong decision.
But Mr. Cassius Elias, as far as I'm aware, did not have a background in agriculture.
No, Cassius Elias had a background in agriculture.
Okay.
He had a background in agriculture. He was a practicing farmer. Okay, so that's totally different to Lisa.
So being a practicing farmer, that alone should qualify you?
No, but I mean at least you can see the difference. Because a practicing farmer, you would have the experience as to what the challenges the farmer faces with. You would have some knowledge as to what would be the requirements and support farmers would need. That's different from someone who have no experience in agriculture to come to agriculture.
But aren't there technical personnel in the Ministry of Agriculture who would guide her along?
Well, and that is what I'm picking up, Tim. I'm picking up that she wants to micromanage. All right? And if you speak to a number of staff members, which I have spoken to, and they have called me, telling me they're very dissatisfied, they are very demotivated, the advice has not been adhered to. She wants to make sure everything passes through her desk. Let me give you an example. There's some farmers who want to buy from the Taiwanese now ground cover. Ground cover is it's something used to cover the ground and to be able to manage weeds. When I was Minister of Agriculture, that's nothing new. When I was Minister of Agriculture, we worked with the Taiwanese government to bring on a number of inputs. I never got involved in determining what price that these products should be sold to farmers. Never. All I said, look, make sure there's no big profit as far as it's concerned. Let's sell it to the farmers at affordable prices. But the determination as far as the prices were concerned was done with my technical staff and the Taiwanese. Now I'm hearing the farmers telling me, look, they want to buy ground cover, and they were told that the minister have the information on her desk and she want to determine the price. Come on. Come on. Delaying the process. I'm hearing that every news item that needs to leave the ministry has to go through her. Come on. You're supposed to set the policies, which of course I don't believe she can anyway, because she doesn't have the experience. But listen to your staff members, and I'm sure I will come to the situation with the cattle problems in St. Lucia, right? Because I sent her advice as far as the cattle problems is concerned. We'll come to the agro-processing situation, which I heard she made a pronouncement on the market step as it pertains to what she intends to do as it pertains to agro-processing. And that's why I'm here today, because I'm sending information through her staff members to her. Because let me say something, Tim. Whilst my government, my party is not in government, and I never use the word power, not in government, I believe as St. Lucians, as much as you can give advice, you give advice to whoever it is that is there. Ignatius Jean and myself work very closely. Cassie Elias and myself work very closely, right? So it's a matter of we sharing our experiences and our advice to each other. But is that happening now? The answer is no. So I do believe that was a good decision. as far as agriculture is concerned. In fact, I heard the Prime Minister said she have to move her high heels and put her boots, you know, and she wanted to have ministry. That's not justification to have someone in the Ministry of Agriculture because they want to have ministry. I think they should have left Prosper there, or there should be some other person that could take on the Ministry of Agriculture. Musa, you know, could take on the Ministry of Agriculture. But it is what it is.
You just heard there from former Agriculture Minister, member of the opposition UWP, Mr. Ezekiel Joseph. He was my guest on Wednesday's Newsmaker Live on DBS Television. Let me hear from you right now at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And in just a moment, Janté will have an update for us, so please stand by for that on this, the most monitored talk show in the world. And let us see if we have a WhatsApp message, and this one reads, "It is sad to hear and to read comments of attack on concerned citizens of St. Lucia by SLP operatives. Tim is the real deal, no insults, no lies, no violent threats on his show, unlike other talk shows. Constructive criticism, truth and transparency within our democratic rights. Stop attacking people who want good for the country just to protect your handouts. Shameless, illiterate, and violent set of people." We have a call on the landline. Let's take that call. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Yes, Tim, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Tim, when I last called you concerning the Cassis constituency council, when they fired the 16 people, and it was wrong, Tim. You know what ran through my mind again?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the housing portfolio? You remember Mr. Bowers, when he was talking, what happened to him? You remember the chairman for the housing? It's my very good friend, I could call his name. It was Michael Pilgrim, the former Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Tim. You remember how they treated him, Tim? And these guys put their own people in position so they could run the housing ministry, whatever it is, Tim. And then you have the SSDF now, we, check for sex and scandal and all kinds of things, Tim. That entire portfolio under the minister, Tim, that rocking from the very first term into the second term, Tim. I recall, Tim, while they were, at work and I was credited, so they had no choice, but they believe I would have left the 3 years contract like a fool, like I carried and ride. I will just collect what I work for and they're going to pay me off. Tim, do you know the Constitution, Tim? In any organization, it tells you need a CEO. And in that time, in the first term of the St. Lucia Labour Party, they was operating without a CEO. But the reason why, Tim, I did not call you to expose that and tell you to check that, the banks would have stopped all the check. But right now, Tim, good sense prevail, I believe, or you could still try to investigate to find out if there is a CEO as we speak, Tim. So this is a government that does not know what they're doing. And when you talk about the Minister for Agriculture, I totally agree with you, Tim. I was on the farm yesterday, and while these female young person in the age of 18 to about 30 years, they're telling you under Ezekiel, agriculture was the best thing they ever had. As much as they had little issues with Ezekiel, he too serious, but that's the man nature, that's how they look and stuff like that. The man was the best thing, the biggest farmer in Marquis. The man tell you the best thing they ever had. It was Ezekiel Joseph. And I totally agree with Ezekiel. I don't know if that girl ever planted a cucumber tree or a tomato tree. She does not know what she's doing. What she does, Tim, is calling little farmers and trying to talk to them, and they're not delivering. Agriculture in St. Lucia is on a download, Tim. Tim, you know what I would advise you to do? You want me to advise you what to do because things are getting hard. Food getting scarce. Tim, I doing it, and I am not a farmer, but I am among the farmers. You see the chicken feed, the empty bags? I go to Golden Egg. The people just give me that. I took Riversense. Right now, Tim, I have 25 bags. And anybody in Bogies Babono could tell you that. 25 bags. I got the slip from the farmers. And hopefully, by next month, I will have enough potatoes.
And before you know it, you'll be qualified to be the island's next agriculture minister. Thank you so much for calling, sir. Appreciate the contribution. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. Good afternoon to you, Shanti. Let's find out what's happening in the chat rooms.
Good afternoon, Tim and NewsSpin. Starting off on YouTube, our first comment reads, Lisa is trying to prove who she is not. I think he was just punishing Prosper, but he's afraid of Arif's mouth. Tim, don't waste your energy on those uneducated idiots. These people don't take advice from people because they know best and know nothing. Over on Facebook, our first comment here reads, these SLP supporters are sick. SLP is made up of bullies and fools. Tim, all what they're saying, they could never be you. Tim, if you become SLP, they will carry you on their shoulders 12 hours a day, 365 days a year. We have another comment here saying, Tim, don't worry with them. Small axes cut big trees. They're afraid of you. Tim, if you are a thorn in their skin, they will keep attacking you. They would have ignored you if you were not getting under their skin. The hacks don't want people to say anything about their government, but want to tell Flubbo how to run their party. A few comments are reading, she wanted a hard ministry. The government has no interest in agriculture. Food security is a phrase for those people. The government is really interested in collecting taxes on food imports. We are in a communist country. From last year, I've been saying that. Now we can see it has taken full effect with all what is going on in this country. We have another comment from our Facebook page saying, it's good for them. They wanted Lisa, so look her. Lisa should have never been given a ministry. She should have been under someone. Boy, those handouts are juicy. People will fight fiercely to keep them. Well, PJP should have given her the Ministry of National Security. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much, Janti. 452-2979. Once again, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. Let's see if we have a WhatsApp message to go through. And somebody says it's clear that SLPs are hypocrites. They were quick to take offense when that song labeled PJP autistic, but now they're making fun of you. The truth is just too much for them to handle. We love and accept you for who you are. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Let's see if we can go through some more of your messages. And we have one which says there, good afternoon. The issue with sending the horse to another country in the right way and how the Minister of Agriculture is handling things shows that she's not capable of handling that ministry. And also with the shipping of cows from Castries to V4, where how many of the cows are dying and no steps are being taken to solve the problem. Again, according to a WhatsApp message. Let's see if we have some more of your messages. One such message, and it reads, Comic country, y'all want to turn our island too. Labour Party needs to understand the people give you power to run the country on our behalf, not for their benefits. This stupidness y'all call good government, shaking my head. When y'all get pushed, y'all attacking Tim as well. Tell them just listen to the Prime Minister speak and think about it. According to a WhatsApp message. Another one says there, People of low IQ can't debate nor discuss issues. They can only attack people's character and physical attributes. It's a very sad position to be in as a nation. The fools are continuing to fool the foolish fools. Shame. Let's see if we have some more messages to go through. And it says there, Tim, don't worry with them that criticize your disability. You speak much better than all of them, especially a particular individual. Another WhatsApp message. Tim, I'm really upset. God is not after your looks. He's after your heart and how you live your life. Those SLP supporters must go to hell. Wicked people. Some more messages. Another one says that, Tim, you mean to tell me a little soup kitchen in Marcia they plan to open? The Prime Minister is giving an address there, and the main topic of his speech is the UWP. According to a previous caller, it was 16-1 at the elections, but the one really has him paranoid. And that's according to a WhatsApp message. Trying to locate some more of your messages. I'm locked in from Las Vegas. Love the way you handle this. Great response. Proud of who you are. Another one, and this WhatsApp message, it reads, Tim, Ezekiel is 100% correct. And some more comments to go through. And somebody says there, Tim, there are many walking with Mr. Autistic in his land, and some are supervisors. All right. Another WhatsApp message, and this one reads, what is Kenny saying about the SSDF matter? According to a WhatsApp message. Another one says, greetings from the beautiful island of Anguilla. It's Carnival holiday here, but Tim, just want to say keep doing a good service to St. Lucian. St. Lucian, we love and appreciate you. Hello to the folks over in Anguilla who are watching this broadcast whilst they are celebrating carnival festivities there. Another one says there, I'm a SLP voter and farmer, and to be honest, my ASS on fire already, shaking my head, according to a WhatsApp message. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Tim, they only attack what they fear. Fight down on personal attacks in attempts to silence the truth is evil. We see it in the workplaces, in society, and even more so now in government. It is sad and shameful. How can we stop this? We have to stand on business and continue telling the truth. Again, according to a WhatsApp message, trying to go through as many of your messages as possible. Another one says that, good afternoon. What yardstick should the present on past student of the Barbano Secondary School use to measure the respect they should give to former principal Mr. Terry? Okay, let's see there if we have some more of your WhatsApp messages to go through. Okay, let's see if we have a call. Hello, good afternoon. This is NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, let's see if you have my apologies to you, so you'll have to call back. Let's take a call on the landline. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Timothy, a pleasant good afternoon to you and your listeners all over the world, PW. On the line, Timothy.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you today, Timothy?
I'm okay, sir. What's on your mind?
Well, yesterday, your question of the day was, should the SSDF be rebranded, Timothy? You know, I personally believe if the SSDF is an institution of integrity and accountability, it shouldn't be rebranded. It can be restructured, but not rebranded. You know, a few
weeks ago, Timothy, I heard the Prime Minister was saying that the banks had problems on checks that were issued to civil servants, Timothy. And what the Prime Minister failed to realize, Timothy, the banks didn't have issues on just the checks the civil servants got. I believe that was for what? Some back pay? You understand? The banks didn't have just problems with these checks. The banks are having problems with government checks in general. Some government institutions issue checks to people that I know, and they come very frequently to the bank. These checks are questionable, Timothy. What has happened to e-commerce? The government department, whether it's the SSDF, the Castries City Council, or any government department, when they issue a check, these checks should go to a special department in the Accountant General office with the proper documentation why these checks were issued, and these checks the amount would be posted on the person's account, just like when you're a government worker. You get money into your account every month, and they don't have to give you a check. We are doing things we're doing things that have got out of style since the 1950s and the 1960s. We have to get a way to do e-commerce. We have to get a way to do that. There will be less corruption when it goes to a special department in the Accountant General's office, and these checks, the amount are posted on the person's account. And if any department decide to issue a check, take for example, to the Sir Arthur Lewis Group, somebody comes for assistance for school, these checks should be written to the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, the Castries Comprehensive School, and if these checks, people have actually gotten the checks for groceries, the name of the institution should be on these checks. We have to avoid putting people's names on checks as often as possible, because if we keep on putting people's name on these checks, sometimes these people checks are issued to them and their profession doesn't fit that particular check. So this is why the bank has a lot of questions when these people bring these checks to the banks to be changed. Timothy, the government need to do a lot, put its house in order when it comes to e-commerce, and they will have less corruption in government and less corruption in this country. Timothy, I thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. Somebody has just sent a WhatsApp message, and this message reads, St. Lucians, particularly SLP supporters, are clearly brainwashed or under a spell. Everything this government does cannot be right. We must point out wrongs and corruption no matter which party is governing. Everything this government does is right. That's crazy. It's like the SLP want people to be mumus in St. Lucia. People are afraid to talk, say something against the government, and you are sure to be crucified. That's very scary. We need to pray for deliverance and wisdom for the people of St. Lucia. Priests, pastors, where are you? This ain't normal. Suku. That's according to a WhatsApp message. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim. How are you doing?
I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Tim, it's the nature, it's the DNA of the St. Lucia Labour Party to méprise people and to tarnish people's reputations and characters. Remember when former Prime Minister Vaughan Lewis was on a UWP ticket. Remember the names they called him? Toujours Sue, all kinds of derogatory names. Remember Sir John Compton, the names that he was called, and the list goes on and on. Tim, democracy, we do not have a democratic country anymore, you know. We only have a democratic country right now only in name. And that's what it is right now. Anytime you criticize the St. Lucia Labour Party, and not personally, you know, on its stewardship, governance, the surrogates of the Labour Party will go after you. And that is a sad reality. We are living in a country right now that you cannot even critique your own government. People are fearful to even speak on issues such as the lack of potable water, such as the crime situation, the SSDF, sex for check scandal, and the list goes on and on. Our government signs an agreement with GPH, and up to a day like today, we St. Lucians do not know the contents of that agreement. A deal was signed with Arsenal Football Club, and you're telling me that up to this day, team, we do not know what is the agreement between the government of St. Lucia and an Arsenal football team? How much money is the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party agreed to give Arsenal Football Club? We do not know that. That's information that we're supposed to know. Every St. Lucian, you, me, every St. Lucian pay taxes, whether directly or indirectly. And it's insulting when you tell me a party, a government, goes on the market step and tries to further divide the people with this SSDF sex for check scandal by saying to the people that the opposition is trying to destroy SSDF because they do not want us to help you. What does that say, Tim, St. Lucia? That says your government is trying to divide instead of dealing with the substantive issue, where a government minister is alleged that a government new minister used SSDF funds, state funds, for his own personal entertainment. And I'm being very nice and diplomatic on your show. And we have a right to question, because we saw checks, SSDF checks all over, plastered all over social media, on Facebook. So we do not have a right to question that. It doesn't warrant an investigation. To date, the executive director, John Victorine, have not seen it necessary to make a public statement. Serious allegations about sex for checks at the SSDF. Those lending agencies, financial institutions such as the Taiwanese government, the CDB, the World Bank, which funds the SSDF. What are they saying when the monies that they give to such an institution that the intended purpose was to assist vulnerable people? How are they looking at our country? They are viewing our country as a corrupt scandal country with no integrity. Tim, the time has come, and Rick Wayne has a thing saying, evil will continue to flourish when good people remain quiet. And I, as a St. Lucian, I've taken this decision that I will continue to speak, and no amount of intimidation, personal attacks by surrogates of the St. Lucia Labour Party will prevent me from speaking. And there's something in the pipeline, team, because we have to hold our government accountable. And we should not leave it to the opposition to hold our government accountable and transparent. We as private citizens must raise our hands and say enough is enough. We have elected a government to be accountable to us. We employ them. All those government ministers, we are paying their salaries when the month comes, whether through taxes indirectly or directly. And so we should hold them accountable. And very soon, I will stand up as one St. Lucian, proud St. Lucian, and I will ensure that this government is accountable to the people of St. Lucia, team. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. And let us see if we'll go through some more of your WhatsApp messages. And this one reads, bear with me. Lisa Jarayer is yet to take some kind of action with the infestation of snakes in St. Lucia, especially the fur-de-lance. Yesterday, I saw a video of a fur-de-lance in someone's toilet bowl in Dennery, but my information that is not in St. Lucia, okay? The person continues, all Lisa has been doing is talk and no action. Too many discrepancies under this SLP administration, incompetent persons running this country. Make no mistake, we will continue to condemn the wrongdoings of this Labour government. This SLP government is trying to silence the voices of the wise. We will fight for an opposition. We don't want a one-ruling government. We love our freedom. We don't want a communist St. Lucia. Some more of your messages. And this one reads, it is with much disenchantment and frustration listening to your opening topic about professional senior citizens looking down upon concerned citizens like yourself. We the people will not forget how much an academic former SLP swell-headed Prime Minister Marcus Step verbally attacking on biological physical being, and these shameless verbal assaults has continued to fester in this particular political party DNA. Since then, it's all right in St. Lucia for a sitting Prime Minister to be engaged in casting remarks against those who question the wrongdoings of these alleged tainted MPs. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Let's take a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello? Okay, I think we lost that call. All right, let's see if we go through some more of... Okay, let's take that call. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon to you. Hello. Hello. Okay, I think we have lost the caller. We'll try again. Hello. All right. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Let's try again via WhatsApp. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, team. How
yes,
are you?
I am okay. How about you?
Are you sure you're okay, team? You sure you don't need rescuing?
No. I am okay. I'm okay.
Boy, team, let me tell you something. I mean, I sit and listen. I watch, I observe. And sometimes when you think things are going to get better, I see things are coming worse. Tim, you mean to tell me the St. Lucia Labour Party government has not been able to get somebody to deny that the SSDF checks actually are actual SSDF checks? They were able to get somebody so quickly to deny there was a fire at St. John's. They were able to get people to send out press releases and say there was never any fire at St. John's. So they can't get somebody from SSDF or somebody affiliated to say those checks that we see on social media are not SSDF. Wait for it. Okay, team? Wait for it because it will come. Tim, do you know why? I listened to you a couple of days ago, even from last week. Do you know why the Prime Minister made those statements that he made on the market steps about SSDF?
What statements?
The statements he made about, they're trying to, what SSDF stands for, and they are trying to destroy SSDF. So, all of a sudden...
I think the Prime Minister was just deflecting, that's all.
No, he was not deflecting. He wasn't, Let me tell you something. You made that statement, and I want you to remember that. The Prime Minister is very, very, very instructive and intelligent and smart when he makes his statements. He knows exactly what he says and why he says it. Don't underestimate Philip J. Pierre, because he understands the psyche of St. Lucians. All right? Mm-hmm. He understands the psyche of St. Lucians, the gullible St. Lucians, the St. Lucians who choose to believe what they want to believe because of the benefits and what they get. So all of a sudden, it is not the allegations that a government minister is using the funds of the SSDF for his personal benefits and to take advantage of vulnerable people, that is destroying the reputation of SSDF. All of a sudden, it is them. Which them? Who was the one, it was alleged, who used the funds of SSDF to use for their own personal piggy bank and to do all the things? Was it them? The allegation was against a minister of government in the cabinet of Philip J. Pierre. You understand, Tim? But he knows and understands the psyche of his people on the market saying, yeah, best prime minister ever. And so he will make the statement, they are trying to destroy SSDF. So Sarah Flood, who's trying to get accountability, because everybody in St. Lucia knows Timothy. How many letters has Alan Chasney as the leader of the opposition, not as a UWP, you know, the constitutional position he has, and there is a requirement, there is a legal obligation for him to have access to information and to request certain information. How many letters has Alan Chasney written to the Honorable Prime Minister with reference to the finances in this country, with references to the CIP, and with reference to that same SSDF and the allegations about using SSDF funds for campaign financing and to buy votes? How many letters? The Prime Minister has not acknowledged nor responded. And so when I hear my good friend from overseas speak to the fact that, you know, Sarah is writing letters and this is not right and is destroying the reputation of Sarah is the one doing it. If we do not reach out to those institutions and let them know that we are seeking help, because it's help we're seeking for. Timothy, for the 5 years Labour Party has been in office, every single question that you have asked this government, any minister, what do they say to you? That's not your business. I will not answer. I choose not to answer. And in most instances, they just say quiet. They don't respond to us. We don't deserve a response. And so when we do what we have to do to ensure that this government respond, you see who it is, who the Prime Minister is trying to blame? They are suggesting that it is the United Workers' Party and supporters of the UWP. But I want to say to right-thinking St. Lucians that it is not they that are destroying the SSDF or trying to destroy the SSDF. It is Philip J. Pierre and his cabinet of ministers, by their silence, by them choosing not to be accountable, by them refusing to account to the people of St. Lucia. They are the ones trying to destroy the reputation of the SSDF. As a matter of fact, I think I've heard many supporters of UWP who call your show say it, and I will reiterate it. We have no issues with the SSDF. We think that the institution of the SSDF is a very, very important institution. And that is why we are fighting to ensure, Timothy, that there is a level of accountability in that institution so that it is not destroyed, because we need to ensure that the support the SSDF is providing to vulnerable St. Lucians, that it will continue to provide that support. And so what we are trying to do is to ensure and to seek that that institution remains intact. And so, like other members have been calling on, Prime Minister, you will have no choice. We will do whatever it is we have to do, especially the women of this country, because the people who are under attack are the women of this country. The vulnerable person who was being used, and the SSDF money was being used to take advantage over the vulnerable person, was a woman. Why our women have not responded? I mean, a couple of days ago, I think you said Lisa Jawahir went to Nigeria, and proud to say, Nigeria representing women. Which women Lisa is representing? Which women? Lisa is representing herself, because to date, you have 2 women in cabinet, and you have, I think, maybe about 3 women in the Senate. Not one of these women have stood up, even if they do not want to speak out against Richard Frederick. Not one of them, Timothy, have stood up and said, you know what? This warrants an investigation, even if it's to clear the minister's name. But as women, we need to ensure that we investigate to make sure that we don't take advantage of vulnerable women. None of them will speak out. You know why they won't speak out? Timothy, look at who some of them are dating. All right? People who allegations have been made against, etc. Instead of them standing up against it, you know what they do? They embrace these people. They bring them further into the inner circle, and so their lips are sealed.
I don't think we should be condemning people on the basis of who they date. You know, I don't.
No, I don't think so. I'm not condemning based on who we date. Listen to me carefully.
Especially if those people have not been convicted of any crime. To me,
agreed.
That kind of statement. To me, that kind of statement you made there is one that would be, more, fitting with, a little watering hole. You discuss that kind of issue, but on the air, I don't know.
Okay, agreed, and agreed. But let me say to you, sometimes we put ourselves in certain positions that when we have to speak out about certain issues, we find ourselves tying our hands that we're not able to speak out about certain issues. And so there's been a level of quietness from the Labour Party from last year, from the year before, from the years before, when issues of women being attacked. You had Joy, who was attacked. She was killed. She was murdered. You had the other lady who had this case against her, and she was murdered again. Not one woman from the St. Lucia Labour Party has come out and condemned those type of things and say, listen, we need to do better by our women. Why, Timothy? I mean, I saw a post. I don't know if it came from Catherine Sillis. She's supposed to be in charge of Raise Your Voice. And I saw a post of hers on social media stating essentially in a nutshell that Raise Your Voice is not responsible for women who choose to more or less accept money from men for sexual favors, etc. Is that what we are saying this is about? We don't realize that this issue or this allegation that is being made is about vulnerability of women and how women are being taken advantage of. And so we women must stand together, because this is not a political issue, Tim. And I want St. Lucians to get this straight, that this is not a political issue. And I want us women to understand as well that when we stand up for women, whether it be UWP, Labour Party, whatever, I was so happy that you were able to get Ezekiel Joseph on your show a couple of days ago, Timothy. And for Ezekiel Joseph, because you see, here's what we do. When some issue comes out, instead of us saying that this is wrong, we say, oh, but you remember this and remember that. So I am so happy that Ezekiel Joseph was able to come out and to say, listen, these allegations that were made against me, they were never true, it never happened, etc., etc., etc. And I hope St. Lucians understand that is what we need people to say. That is what we need to come out. And so when they accused Sarah of where was Sarah, he was able to clarify. And I think it was Sarah at the time was going through the elections as well and said, no, this warrants an investigation. So she has been consistent. And we need some level of consistency, Tim. Not the attack that is being, I knew the attack was coming, Tim. A few days ago, when you made a particular statement, I say, Timothy, watch out. The attack is going to come. They are going to come for you. They are going to come for anybody that says anything against the St. Lucia Labour Party, anybody who stands up against what they think is wrong. They are not going to attack the issue. They are going to attack the persons and the personality. Timothy, I am continuing and I will continue to stand up against this thing. And I hope, and I pray for you that you will be able to withstand the backlash. I thank you very much, Tim.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. It is called NewsSpin. The briefcase, they are undergoing a temporary closure, so please be informed that the briefcase is closed as of the 28th of July until Wednesday, the 12th of August, 2026. The briefcase will reopen on Thursday, August the 13th of this year. So once again, the briefcase will be opening on Thursday, the 13th of August. That's not only this year, that's this month. And I'd like to apologize for any inconvenience this may cause, and thank you for your understanding. More calls, more of your WhatsApp messages and discussions, and of course we scheduled to have some more updates by Jante in just a bit.
Advance your career at Lightspark Training with a globally recognized certification. Conveniently located on High Street, Castries, Lightspark offers a wide range of programs to make the most of your career. Certifications in project management, risk management, quality management, marketing, ACC accounting, human resources, Microsoft, Cisco, and IT technician certification, graphic design, web design, and programming. Complete a diploma in accounting in 6 months or a bachelor's degree in just over a year. Call us today at 451-8918 or visit us at www.lightspark.com.
Are you looking for premium quality, frozen fresh at an unbeatable price? Visit Kenty's today, your one-stop shop for wholesale and retail liquor and frozen foods. Now fully stocked with chicken wings, chicken legs, chicken necks, pigtails, turkey wings, and so much more. Visit Kenty's on Chaussee Road today or give them a call at 461-3446. Kenty's, frozen fresh, great prices, and service you can trust.
Prepare for the hurricane season by ensuring trees and other objects on your property won't get tangled in overhead wires. Be careful. Ensure ladders and tools don't come within 10 feet of power lines. If a tree is near electrical lines, don't try to trim it yourself. Contact Lucelect at 452-2165 or 454-6617. Be smart, stay safe.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbouté at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Epic Events and Events St. Lucia presents St. Lucia Mercury Fest Weekend, August 14th to 16th. A unique crossover event linking the English and French Caribbean. Saturday, Mercury Fest at Pigeon Island Beach featuring Meryl, Fanny J, DJ MJ, and top regional DJs. Sunday, the Boca Run along St. Lucia's spectacular West Coast for a chance to win 5,000 euros. Tickets available at fourcirclestickets.com, Bezook.com, The Cell, and 6 Car Rental in the Rodney Bay Marina. Follow us on social media. St. Lucia Mercury Fest Weekend, supported by St. Lucia Tourism Authority.
The very popular Catch a Day is back, and the buzz is going around like a busy bee. And it makes sense because customers are guaranteed 15% off on all Kasha machines. People have been itching to hear this news, and it's finally here. The dates, August 28th and 29th, 2026. The place is Europa Hardware in Massad. The event is Catch a Day for the fathers, men and ladies too. Everyone wants to pay less and get more. This is your time. Vacuum cleaners, pressure washers, steam cleaners, upholstery cleaners, carpet cleaners, floor scrubbers, and more. Don't say if I knew. Now you know. 452-0763 Europa.
Now is the time to head up. Join us at the Bellevue Hotel Rooftop Lounge for the Rooftop After Work Lime, happening every last Thursday from June through November. We kick things off Thursday, June 25th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Come through for sunset views, cocktails, good music, great people, and the kind of lime that makes you forget about that work email. Bring your crew, meet somebody new, and enjoy a different seasonal vibe every month. Entry is US $40 per person. Space is limited, so don't get left downstairs. Call 456-1800 to reserve your spot. The Rooftop After Work Lime at Bellevue Hotel. Your new favorite way to end the month.
When your doctor recommends an MRI, choose La Clinique du Corps. Right here in St. Lucia, the advanced GE 1.5 Tesla MRI provides detailed imaging without ionizing radiation. Your scan is performed by a qualified GE-trained technologist with careful image quality checks and expert radiologist reporting. Reports are usually ready within 24 to 48 hours, with same-day reporting available for urgent cases. Major insurance accepted. Coverage depends on your plan. Bring or send your MRI referral directly to La Clinique du Corps. Call 451-6559, that's 451-6559, or WhatsApp 721-9950, 721-9950. La Clinique du Corps, advanced GE MRI, clear images, expert radiologist reports.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
Happy birthday, my little Karina. Let's measure you and see how tall you grew this year. Wow, you grow so fast.
Just like Karina, you too can grow your investments into the future with a fixed deposit investment account at Capita Financial. You'll earn higher interest on your savings and pay no monthly fees. Whether you're a business, personal investor, or golden saver with long-term savings or retirement planning, needing your money to work for you, Capita Financial Services has a fixed deposit that's right for you. Visit capitacaribbean.com or email st.lucia@capitacaribbean.com to make a secure, dependable investment today.
St. Lucia, are you ready? The Kings are back. This August, come experience the excitement of the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League cricket as the St. Lucia Kings light up the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground. Join us on August 12th, 14th, 16th, 19th, and 21st from 7 p.m. Come for the cricket, come for the entertainment, come for the music, the vibes, the food, and the unforgettable atmosphere. Bring your friends, bring your family, and wear your King's colors with pride as we defend our home turf. St. Lucia Kings, one nation, one pride. Get your tickets now and be part of the action at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
The savings are bigger at Pastush Global Trade. It's the Pastush Summer Special, running all month long with unbeatable prices on the quality materials you trust. Get ready mix for just $115 per yard and concrete sand for only $120 per yard. Need blocks? We've got you covered. Strongest blocks at the best prices. And here's the deal you just can't afford to miss. Buy 10 yards and pay only $110 per yard for the entire month of August. Visit Pastush Global Trade in Cul-de-sac behind Essential Hardware. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call us today at 489-0074 or 584-2514.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Somebody sent me a WhatsApp message. I sent it. I read it to myself, but the person is insisting, please read my WhatsApp message on the air. And that individual says, Timmy, I want all St. Lucia to know that God purposely created you for a time like this. You are handsomely made in the image of God. I'm so proud of your stance as a son of the soil. Tell them that man referring to you is a hard man to reach. Love you, my Timmy. Thank you so much for that WhatsApp message. Let's find out what's happening in the chat rooms. Shanti.
Starting off on YouTube, our first comment reads, Tim, you're right. She is not fit for the job. This government have been acting like we're the ones working for them. Do you know we are allowing our employee to boss us around? The SLP government is making the resources and health of our country more and more unaffordable to its people. Over on Facebook, our first comment reads, Lisa, what did you ever plant? It is my belief that there will be a cabinet reshuffle. Prosper will be made minister. However, someone from the outside will be made deputy speaker. Remember, they passed a bill in the House to that effect. Coward laborers, that's all they do. Hide their identity to attack people personally, but they are no better. They like to give, but they cannot take. I'm not backing down for any of them, and I am not hiding. We have another comment here reading, water and food security, potentially the worst thing to happen to the island. Lisa should be Minister of Shipping. She's shipping cows, horses, and snakes to the city. SLP wants to point fingers at Tim. What they don't realize is Tim is holding all portfolios in government. A few comments here reading, what is happening in agriculture to change the potential food insecurity? I bet nothing. Wasn't it too long ago, Peep was in Parliament talking about the banks asking too many questions about government checks? Maybe he'd already gotten wind about these scandals. Remember, so now accountability and transparency are destructive forces. We've gone back 25 years under this government. We have more comments from our Facebook page reading, only when UWP is in power, citizens regain their speech. Shaking my head. Nancy, you couldn't have said it better. SLP supporters are shameless people. They have been brainwashed by their party. We have another commenter saying, caller, who is trying to destroy SSDF? Accountability and transparency matter most. We talked about the SSDF scandal. They had their first sports day. The only person that is talking about what is going on in the country is Father Albert. And our final comment so far, soon the director of SSDF will come out with a statement written on a piece of paper where he'll be reading word by word exactly what he was told to read, and he won't be answering any question where his answers may contradict his written statements.
Thank you so much, Jante. In addition to you making reference to, I think, a comment that was shared via one of the platforms pertaining to the SSDF Sports Day, we have another person who's making reference to this. He did so during his talk show on social media earlier today.
Et Philippe JP administration cabinet di yo ka SSDF Sports Day. Mi honte seklisi ya sa. Kalte se ya ki ka fait seklisi ya kalte bay la. Pays nous en la présentement. Philippe JP ou vle vin by Sports Day. Hein? C'est a game. Hein? SSDF staff, how y'all feeling? Huh? How y'all feeling SSDF staff? To know well checks that with more than your salary paying sex out there in St. Lucia. That sports they go make y'all over that. Huh? SSDS staff.
The one and only Calvin Appa Edward. 4522979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. 716-2026. And let us see if it goes through some of your WhatsApp messages. Still to come, by the way, on the program we have our NewsSpin news of the day. And we have a WhatsApp message, and this one reads, Tim, long time man, I was on a family cruise, was out for 5 weeks, but we were listening to you when we came back from Miami. Let me ask you what happened to Rick, not hearing him. I heard about the Prime Minister. Let me send it to you. Okay, with regard to Rick Wayne, I think he has taken a break from NewsSpin. No doubt I think he is listening, but he does not call as often as before because he is now preoccupied with writing a book. And I think this book should be available for release or for sale to the public by towards the end of this year. We have a call via the landline. Let's take that call. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you on the air. Hello? Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, caller.
Okay, very well. Timothy, I've been trying to reach you. It's been a while. It's a couple of days. Something that's on my chest, something that I heard that happened, and I wanted to share. I haven't heard it on your show. I don't know if I missed it. And I haven't heard it really on any other news item, and I haven't heard it from the police report, but there was a report that was made, I think it was on Hot TV. But before I touch on that, I want to touch on something that was said on your talk show, Newsmaker Live. It was a caller, purporting to be a young person, and he said something like, they don't care about the Richard. Young people don't care about the Richard Frederick saga. And I want to say to that caller that young people who are not interested in the Richard Frederick saga, he said that they're not interested because they're interested in making a living and they want to what's in it for them, in other words. And I want to respectfully disagree with the caller. I think young people should care, because this is bigger than politics. It is about public money and whether institutions established to help vulnerable people are actually fulfilling that purpose. I want him to imagine that as a young person, starting a family and having to care for aging parents or grandparents on a modest income. If the SSDF is functioning as intended, it can provide assistance, whether that's helping to relieve a home, whether it is in providing groceries or supporting a vulnerable family. That support can make the difference between coping and struggling. But if the public funds are misused or squandered, that assistance may not be available when people like him, young people like him, who are probably starting a family, need it the most. So this is the reason why younger people should care about the Richard Frederick saga. This is why accountability matters. Today's headlines, Timothy, could become tomorrow's hardship for ordinary young people today. So young people need to take that out of their minds, that they're not worried about that. It has nothing to do. It has everything to do with them. Whether it is today or whether it is tomorrow, they should be concerned about what is going on there, because this is public funds that could be used to help them. Maybe not today, but certainly tomorrow. Now, there are serious public allegations surrounding the SSDF currently, as it pertains to a government minister improperly using SSDF funds in exchange for sexual favors. These remain allegations, as we always say, but they are grave enough to raise legitimate concerns about the integrity of the institution. In those circumstances, I would have expected to hear Chairman or Director John Vickstrom addressing the nation, defending the integrity of the SSDF and reassuring the public and explaining what steps are being taken to restore that confidence. Instead, the initiative that captured public attention was fun spot for the dear friends of SSDF. Really? Really? When public confidence is under strain, this is what we are initiating. The priority should be transparency, accountability, and rebuilding trust, not creating the impression that everything is business as usual while serious questions remain unanswered. Now, that aside, why I really wanted to get in touch with you, Timothy, is about a home invasion that took place in Oji. A home invasion was reported on Hot TV. A woman from Oji alleges that 4 masked men posing as police officers invaded her home, assaulted her, and sexually assaulted, and I'm saying sexually assaulted because she said was having her way with her. Now, in our when we say it's a euphemism, when we say having his way with me, it's a euphemism for sexual assault. But we have to call it what it is. I have not heard anything from the police with that regard, particularly because she said the men purported to be police officers. According to the report, one of the attackers allegedly told her, "This is for your style," suggesting she was being punished for rejecting his advances. Timothy, as soon as I heard that, I got cold. I started shivering. My heart fell. I felt like somebody was attacking me. Because if we remember, we have heard that for your style before.
Yeah.
The other young lady did not make it.
Giselle Georges.
Giselle Georges. And that is why I have been trying my best to get in touch with you to air this, because I feel like women currently are being under attack. These words brought back to mind Giselle Georges. Now, I cannot say what she said is true. I cannot say she, but why would somebody report on a national television?
Well, let's put it this way. She should have the scars, eh? I think she was taken to hospital, so she was injured in the process.
So I mean, you know, we are living in a time where we have to be so guarded with the things that you say. You understand? And the fact that I never heard it, I didn't hate on DBS, I didn't hate on HTS, I didn't hate on MBC, I didn't hate on Choice. Maybe I missed it, but it would be remiss of me not to share.
But I came across the story. I think it was yesterday. I came across the story. It was on Hot TV. But you know, caller, what is very sad, and I don't know what is going through the minds of our women leaders in St. Lucia. It is as if they speak on these issues, people will blame the government for that, and therefore they believe that's not something that will put the government in a good light and give the government some kind of advantage, because for them everything is politics. They don't see it from the perspective of the victim.
Timothy, let me show you. Let me give you an example. Remember, I think this happened 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I have been trying since then. On the very same day it happened, I've been trying to reach you. Would you believe, and this is what that irks me the most, would you believe women like myself are calling talk shows like Jahim and what's his name, Yadi, to say that they have not heard me, Laura Japien-Noel, talk about it?
So why is the onus on you to talk about it?
Sorry?
And why the onus, the responsibility is on you to speak about it?
You know what they said?
And not the gender relations minister.
I am not the gender. I do not even have a constituency. I am not even a parliamentary rep for a constituency. You have not called on the parliamentary rep to ask him what is he doing about it, because he has taken Mumu tablets. You have not called on Catherine Sillies from Rise St. Lucia. You know, this is what her job is. You know, and this time, this woman did not accept money for sexual favors, right? Her home was invaded. You have not called her on her and asked her why she has not spoken about it. You have not asked Lisa Jawahir why she has not spoken about it. You have not asked Alvina Reynolds why she has not spoken about it. You have not asked Virginia Poyet, who has made her whole life about representing women and teaching. You have not asked her about it. You have not asked any of them, but you are asking me. But you know what? My mouth is big. I have made it my life duty to defend women in this country and elsewhere. And I will continue to be an advocate. So, thank you, Cornelia Jacob. Thank you for putting that on me. I accept it. My back is broad. My shoulders are wide. I do it with honor. You know what? It is a privilege for me to represent women of this country, because you know what? You cannot do it for yourself, and your children cannot do it for themselves. And I am proud to be able to do it, not just for the women of Auger, not just for Joyce and Omer, not just for Giselle Georges and all of the others who have gone before them, but I will do it when it is your turn. And when it is your children's turn, I will be there, standing by your side, defending your honor. So thank you for granting that on me. Because violence against women cannot be cannot be condemned only when it is politically convenient. Every victim deserves the same compassion, the same support, the same demand, for thorough investigation and justice. It cannot be that we only talk about certain women and not all of them. There must be one standard regardless of who the victim is and whose interests are affected. And if it takes a woman like me to do it, I will gladly do it. If there's one thing I will do with honor, that is it. So thank you. Thank you for recognizing that I am a must-be when it comes to advocacy for women and children. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling, ma'am. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Silicon will take up this one final call, and then we'll have our NewsSpin news of the day, and we'll conclude our broadcast. Stay with us. Back in just a bit.
Advance your career at Lightspark Training with a globally recognized certification. Conveniently located on High Street, Castries, Lightspark offers a wide range of programs to make the most of your career. Certifications in project management, risk management, quality management, marketing, ACC accounting, human resources, Microsoft, Cisco, and IT technician certification, graphic design, web design, and programming. Complete a diploma in accounting in 6 months or a bachelor's degree in just over a year. Call us today at 451-8918 or visit us at www.lightspark.com.
It's time to play easy as 1, 2, 3. All right, contestants, answer this. What's as easy as 1, 2, 3?
1. Driving my new car. 2. Moving into my dream home. 3. Earning more interest on my savings.
We have a winner. Tell us, what's your secret?
Capita Financial Services.
Feel like a winner every day with safe investments and easy personal financing for your vehicle, land, or home. Visit capitacaribbean.com or email st.lucia@capitacaribbean.com.
When your doctor recommends an MRI, choose La Clinique du Corps. Right here in St. Lucia, the advanced GE 1.5 Tesla MRI provides detailed imaging without ionizing radiation. Your scan is performed by a qualified GE-trained technologist with careful image quality checks and expert radiologist reporting. Reports are usually ready within 24 to 48 hours, with same-day reporting available for urgent cases. Major insurance accepted. Coverage depends on your plan. Bring or send your MRI referral directly to La Clinique du Corps. Call 451-6559, that's 451-6559, or WhatsApp 721-9950, 721-9950. La Clinique du Corps, advanced GE MRI, clear images, expert radiologist reports.
Are you looking for premium quality, frozen fresh at an unbeatable price? Visit Kenty's today, your one-stop shop for wholesale and retail liquor and frozen foods. Now fully stocked with chicken wings, chicken legs, chicken necks, pigtails, turkey wings, and so much more. Visit Kenty's on Chaussee Road today or give them a call at 461-3446. Kenty's, frozen fresh, great prices, and service you can trust.
Lucilec averti ou pour point précaution durant saison cyclone ça là. Mi an ti commission qui kaywen de ou protéger la vie ou ek propriétaire ou. Kouye Lucilec avant ou trim et ben couper pied bois qui poué ligne électrique. Veillez pour ligne courant électrique avant ou monter l'échelle. Fait assurer l'échelle, scaffold et bout d'outils ou ka servi pas vini moins qui 10 pieds hors ligne courant électrique. Pas jamais servi appliance et ben outils qui ka servi courant électrique. Des wall côté qui mouillé et ben en la pli. Ça, c'était en commission Hod Lucille.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for at Lazarus Funeral Home. Losing a loved one isn't something you can foresee. Since the beginning, affordability has been one of our priorities. Every day we're proving that burials don't have to be expensive. If cost is a factor in your time of bereavement, call Lazarus Funeral Home. We have coffins starting at $800 plus taxes. Nothing can cause more disappointment than poor quality. Help us help you keep your last memory of your loved one sacred. Make it special. Make it Lazarus Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Located at Bibliotheque Castries at 452-7491 and New Dock Road V4 at 454-6555.
We ready for the road, we ready for the road. We First National, your next move bold. We ready for the road, we ready for the road. We First National Bank, your next move bold. Get ready for your next ride with the drive ahead from First National Bank. Enjoy up to 100% financing and rock bottom interest rates on new vehicle loans. Because we're not only here for you, we're driving ahead with you. For the road, we First National Bank, your next move bold. Visit one of our partner dealerships, any First National Bank branch or firstnationalbankonline.com today. Promotion runs through November 30th. Terms and conditions apply.
The savings are bigger at Pastush Global Trade. It's the Pastush Summer Special, running all month long with unbeatable prices on the quality materials you trust. Get ready mix for just $115 per yard and concrete sand for only $120 per yard. Need blocks? We've got you covered. Strongest blocks at the best prices. And here's the deal you just can't afford to miss. Buy 10 yards and pay only $110 per yard for the entire month of August. Visit Pastush Global Trade in Cul-de-sac behind Essential Hardware. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call us today at 489-0074 or 584-2514.
Stop paying full price. With Flow, you can slash your bill in half. You heard right. Cut your mobile bill in half when you add mobile to internet. That's the most reliable Wi-Fi at home. Plus, all the data you need on the go. So don't wait. Double your connection and double your value for half the price. Add mobile to internet today. Visit in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
St. Lucia, are you ready? The Kings are back. This August, come experience the excitement of the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League cricket as the St. Lucia Kings light up the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground. Join us on August 12th, 14th, 16th, 19th and 21st from 7 p.m. Come for the cricket, come for the entertainment, come for the music, the vibes, the food and the unforgettable atmosphere. Bring your friends, bring your family, and wear your King's colors with pride as we defend our home turf. St. Lucia Kings, one nation, one pride. Get your tickets now and be part of the action at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
The very popular Catch a Day is back, and the buzz is going around like a busy bee. And it makes sense because customers are guaranteed 15% off on all cash machines. People have been itching to hear this news, and it's finally here. The dates, August 28th and 29th, 2026. The place is Europa Hardware in Massad. The event is Catch a Day for the fathers, men and ladies too. Everyone wants to pay less and get more. This is your time. Vacuum cleaners, pressure washers, steam cleaners, upholstery cleaners, carpet cleaners, floor scrubbers and more. Don't say if I knew. Now you know. 452-0763 Europa.
Epic Events and Events St. Lucia presents St. Lucia Mercury Fest Weekend, August 14th to 16th. A unique crossover event linking the English and French Caribbean. Saturday, Mercury Fest at Pigeon Island Beach, featuring Merrill, Fanny J, DJ MJ, and top regional DJs. Sunday, the Boca Run along St. Lucia's spectacular West Coast for a chance to win 5,000 euros. Tickets available at fourcirclestickets.com, bzook.com, The Cell, and 6 Car Rental in the Rodney Bay Marina. Follow us on social media. St. Lucia Mercury Fest Weekend, supported by St. Lucia Tourism Authority.
Coming out and say you're not making a statement on this thing until a verdict the police has done, or that's totally incorrect. And let me tell you where I see it. We spent our last budget was about $2.something billion, 2.58. Here there. Different sources giving you different things, but roughly about our budget is about $2 billion. Of that $2 billion, right? 25% of that is spent on education and social programs. 25% of our $2 billion budget is spent on education and social programs, right? You guys are big on social programs. So when that large amount of money is spent, of the taxpayers' money is spent on social programs, it is your responsibility as the CFO, the CEO of the country, the one that manages the purse, to make a statement if one of your ministers is allegedly doing something wrong. And yes, we don't know, it's all hearsay and whatever, but you have to make a profound statement on this matter, and it is your responsibility to make a statement on this matter. And you cannot say you're going on vacation and you letting it be a police matter, and that's bullshit. You need to make a statement on this matter, a strong statement to let the country know our $2.something billion budget is being managed efficiently, and fellas are not just doing what they want in your party.
Independent candidate in the last general election, Marcellus backs Steed. Let me turn my attention to you now, Shante. Final update by you.
Starting off on YouTube, our first comment reads, Tim, when is the NewsSpin Sports Day? I can't ever recall under SLP that the cost of living being stable. This term seems worse. People seem to forget shops closing down, especially in Vieux-Fort, scandal after scandal, 6 years and still in campaign mode. The labor hacks, all they do is spew lies. They know what they're saying is not true, but they will still say it to try to destroy someone's reputation. But what they don't know is that it will come back to haunt them. We have another commenter saying, they're not interested because it does not knock on their door. Caller, this person who does not care about RF accusations is really not a generation of leaders we want at the helm of anything. Are they playing baseball bats and cards at SSDF Sports Day? A few comments here reading, he was referring to himself and not all young people. There is a sexual predator living in the middle of St. Lucia under the guise of police officers. Women need to arm themselves. Laura, I felt the same. This statement brought back this gruesome act. We have more comments here reading, St. Lucia have criminals in every end of the country. It is not showing on anyone's face, and it is not going to get any better. Very well articulated caller. Keep up the good work. Continue to be a brave individual. And our final comment, women are being attacked and raped in St. Lucia. What is PJP doing with the 2.5% security levy?
Thank you so much, Jante. Coming up on Monday's NewsSpin program, God willing, somebody says that the Prime Minister's hands are tied. You'll be hearing from that individual during the course of our broadcast on Monday afternoon, God willing. In the meantime, our NewsSpin news of the day, the NewsSpin news of the day, it reads, safety fears as scientists make first viruses designed by AI. Safety fears as scientists make first viruses designed by artificial intelligence. That's the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. Don't forget, please like the video, share, subscribe to the NewsSpin YouTube channel, and click the NewsSpin YouTube channel to make the notification bell. Also, to click the notification bell and to help the channel grow. My name is Timothy Poleon. Happy Friday to you and pleasant weekend. And we'll be back, God willing, on Monday. Goodbye.